Hello and welcome to another Void XRC video. Thanks for tuning in. So today, I thought I'd do sort of a teardown on my Wraith here. I haven't really featured it much in the last year or two. I've had a couple little videos with it, but not much. So most people who watch my channel probably haven't really seen everything I've done to it. So I thought I'd do a video going over everything I have done. It's a decently extensive list. I figure, for the start, we'll just look at things that I've made for it, like little model type things. So let's just get started with the first thing. I had made this little toolbox to sit on the back, and I'll show you where it used to sit. And it used to sit right here. I had a little bungee cord that I had made that used to hold it down. As you can see, one of the little metal pieces has come off, so you can see the wood underneath. So I made that little toolbox. Made a little jerry can in there. As you can see, that's held down by a little bungee cord that I made. It does come out. And then I made the fuel tank for the Wraith. And I made a little hammer to stick in there. And that was just a little cheap fishing rod from the dollar store. I don't even remember what it was for. So as you can see, I have made some nice little models for this. And I've done quite a bit of, excuse me. So as you can see, I also cut the back of the Wraith down and put on this decking and stuff here. So that's the majority of just the customization stuff I just did with making things myself. But there's more than that going on with this. As you can see in the front, we've got a winch here. We've got all the lights and everything. So all the electronics in this kit, I've got the winch, which has its own speed controller. Then I've got a speed controller for the Wraith motor. I've got the speed controller is a Castle Creation Sidewinder. I also have a Castle Creations battery eliminator circuit in here too. It's a 10 amp one, I think it is. Plus the light, excuse me, plus the light module. So that's not too bad overall. Got a bunch of things stuffed in here. Let's do a I also have a dig unit, which is not electrical itself, but it has a servo on it. And so for the dig unit, that allows you to have four-wheel drive or just front-wheel drive with freewheeling rear wheels. I can't speak today. Rear wheels. You can also completely lock the wheels and just have front-wheel drive. I'll show you now. Let's make sure I'm in four-wheel. So as you can see, four-wheel drive. If I want to go to two-wheel drive, just one down on there. Now we got two-wheel drive, and the back is free spinning. And if I go down one more, we have the lock dig mode. So now the rear wheels are locked. As you can see, it's good for doing tight corners. Rear wheels can't spin at all. And just lock like that. Front wheels are still driven. So that's the dig unit, which I quite like. It's definitely helpful in crawling. And I'll see if I can show you a little bit of the dig unit up in the back here. This might be a bit hard to see if I can get an angle. There's the dig unit right there, and the servo with it. So I'm going to be taking the body off this so we can get a much better look at it. So I'll just get started on that now. Alright, there we go. Got them split apart here. I just going to leave the servo dangling here. So as you can see, this is pretty tightly packed with wires and whatnot. It was a bit of a pain when I first was trying to set everything up and get it all nice. As you can see, I've run an extension for the battery to go to the ESC all the way up from the front. and it goes down to the sidewinder that's back here. And then behind the sidewinder, I've got the light box, or the light controller box I should say. And then up behind that, you can see this little blue piece. That is the Castle battery eliminator circuit that I've got. So as you can see, this probably took me a little bit of time to get everything built up and laid out when I was first putting it together. But I quite like how it came out in the end. Let's have a little look at the dig unit here. So as we can see, we got the motor here. And the dig unit is this piece right here. And this is the servo that runs the dig unit. So it's pretty simple, just that little lever there does all the locking of the rear and everything, and four-wheel drive and everything. So that's pretty sweet. I really like the dig unit. So there's not really much on the lower section here. It's almost all pretty much on the top here. There was, excuse me again. There is one thing that I need to fix. Ever since I put this light bar on, every time this thing would flip over on the trail or take any small hit, this light bar would push down. You can see on this side it's got a bit of a gap to the top there. On this side it's fully up. I'm thinking what I might need to do, because I always just end up tightening I always end up tightening these as much as possible, but they still slip down. So what I've been thinking about doing is just on the inside, drilling a little hole and just inserting a little screw to keep them very much up at the top, so I don't have that problem. Other than that one little thing though, that's probably the biggest problem I've had with this Wraith. I really quite like and enjoy it. I love crawling quite a lot. I don't put too much crawling videos on my channel, I know, but it's something that I personally enjoy quite a lot. Well, I hope you guys like this teardown of my Axial Wraith here. Likes or dislikes appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.